you're probably going to want to take your jacket off at some point. It's warm up here.
Getting a little toasty?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Who's Drinking What? I'm Peter Hines, and I'm joined by Brooke Scott.
Welcome back for week 3, everyone.
It's Friday, November 21st. And if you want to follow any of us, we're going to start doing this. Again, my name's Peter Hines. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPizP.
And my name is Brooks Scott, and you can follow me at Brooks the Doctor with an A on the end of that. We can get to that story later.
Yes. Like every show, this is a show about enjoying craft beer, really. And Brooks just reached for his, pulled it away like he was a naughty kid getting caught at the cookie jar. But you know what? I don't want to do that to you, Brooks. We're going to dive in for a first sip. You guys will get our reactions, and we'll read you what we're drinking. So, cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Oh, man, that is... You
liking it?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you tell everybody what you got?
All right, well, I got a Marzen style. It's actually the Two Brothers Brewery, and the beer is called the Atom Smasher, which is already freaking cool. And it's a short description. It says a heft, full-bodied lager, aged in oak foundress, and add an unmatched complexity. And a Marzen is a German style of beer, and I think it's usually more of a fall beer.
Sure.
So, and it is delicious. And Brooks is going to tell you what he's drinking there.
Alrighty, I got myself a Floyds Yum Yum. It is an American pale ale. This pale ale is just the right malt backbone to support an explosive, juicy hop profile, derived from a new blend of proprietary hops.
That almost sounds sexual in description.
It does a little bit, I think.
Plus, it's called the Yum Yum.
All right.
Man, mine is very smooth. In fact, I'm going to have to take a couple of tastes because I kind of want to give it a comparison to what the description says. But
sure, yeah.
All I can define in words at the moment is that it's good.
Yeah, I definitely like mine a lot, but I haven't had too many beers from Three Floyds that I dislike. They put out some good beer from right here in Indiana.
Yeah, they're up in Munster, and man, they are king. Okay, so it says that it was aged in oak foundress, which I'm not sure what a foundress is, but or Fordress. Sorry, there's no N in there. Fordress. Foudres. I can't even read letters.
Maybe our manager over there can look that up.
Yeah, we'll get our producer on it.
Producer, that's the word I was looking for.
But it's amazing because it does. It's subtle. It's very subtle, but yeah, you can taste the kind of wood smoothed out oak flavor, and it's just a very smooth, kind of a spiced caramel type of taste to it.
Ooh.
I mean, this is a beer I think that almost anyone, not even experienced beer drinkers, could get into.
Would enjoy.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah,
it's got a nice sweet smell. Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, it says, on mine, it says, just the right malt backbone to support explosive, juicy hop profile. I think it's really smooth going down. Then right at the end, you definitely get that aroma of hops, and it's pretty hoppy finish there. So, and I am a big hop fan, so that's great. I do enjoy this quite a bit.
I think you've gotten an IPA every show so far.
I probably have. I think I have, really.
And it's listed as an American pale ale, which we kind of got into that discussion last week, how splintered the pale ale market is becoming because it's very popular for brewers to do it. And I don't know, that they've really gotten a lot of complexity that they've started splitting it up. You have India Pale Ales, Imperial India Pale Ales, the American Pale, some that are just labeled Pale Ales, and that's kind of a quagmire sometimes. You can, like Bass out of England is labeled as a Pale Ale, but it probably closer to a lager than what you're thinking of a hopped pale. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Oh, it's so good. All right, Brooks. So you said Brooks the Doctor.
Yes, indeed.
With an A for your Twitter handle. And why is that?
Well, all kind of started in college.
A lot of good stories do.
Well, yeah, they do. You're doing all kinds of stupid things involving alcohol back in college. This particular thing started, it was about 2021. For one reason or another, at parties and going to the bars, it became a game that I would convince women at the bars that I was studying to be a doctor. And more times than you think it would, it worked. And so,
really?
henceforth, that started. Everyone started calling me that, and born was the Twitter handle.
How long did you play this angle?
Oh, yeah, I guess it wasn't for that long of a period of time. It was right before I got with my current wife now, so...
Did you use it on her?
No, I did not. No, that was...
Okay. She wasn't disappointed when she found out your actual career projection?
Yeah, that'd have been soul-crushing if that would have happened. I don't quite make that much money. No, it was a fun game for a short stint of time in college, but...
That's fantastic. No, I was never clever enough to come up with something like that.
I can't imagine I was that convincing, but I don't know. It worked.
I mean, I guess you have an air of medical proficiency about you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're not just completely like, "Hey, girls, I'm a doctor."
Yeah. Well, maybe at the end of the night I might have sounded like that, but I don't know. You get a couple drinks to me, I'm pretty convincing, I guess.
They should be matching, and what they're hearing isn't that they're like, "Hey, girls, I am going to be a doctor."
Mind you, these might have not been the smartest women in the world.
Yeah, it's true. Another thing I wanted to ask you about that I hear, you're going to the Horseshoe this weekend?
I am. Smack dab in Columbus, Ohio.
Man, to watch IU, right?
Yeah, the Hoosiers are traveling there for a football game this weekend.
I've been to Columbus for a couple of football games. Sometimes it's been big ones, but it doesn't matter how bad of a team they're playing. That's a hard ticket to get. I mean, what's your secret? You beat somebody up for these?
No, I did not. My brother actually lives in Columbus, Ohio. That's kind of why I'm going, is to visit him. We just kind of coordinated it. It worked out this weekend, and he knows some people over there, so
that's cool.
I'm just kind of in it for the long haul, I guess. But I'm pretty excited. I've never been to Columbus, Ohio. Never been to the Horseshoe. Man. It's going to be quite an experience, I think. I've been to the Big House in Ann Arbor.
That's
I have not been to the Horseshoe though.
The Horseshoe is a little different. It's not as big, so my understanding is that it gets really loud, and just even outside the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They are Buckeye crazy around there, and I'm a Michigan fan myself, so I was kind of like the enemy undercover.
Oh, yeah.
I never wore my colors there. That would be stupid. But, yeah, it's...
I can't imagine I'll get too much grief. They know they're going to kill us.
Oh, yeah. No,
it's not a rivalry or anything. I'm just there to have some fun.
You're not a threat.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is sad. I don't know. They were having a good season until Sudfeld went down.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's another subject in itself, but I mean...
So what's your brother doing out in Columbus? Does he go to school there?
Well, let's see, my brother is 33, 34. He coached high school basketball for like 9 years, and then he decided that he wanted to go back to school, so he's currently going to school there for his master's in maybe exercise science or something like that. He's been doing personal training for the past couple years, and he wants to like do something in the way of like getting on with a college and being like strength and conditioning coach or something like that.
So I bet he's hardcore then.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's about 6'6", 6'7", and he's
oh my God, you're freaking tiny compared to him.
Yeah, I mean I'm
you're not
6
small.
foot 2. I'm not small, but
how do you get all the size?
I don't know.
Are there any other Scots, or is it just you two?
No, it's just us two, me and him.
So nothing to compare to.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm 6'2", he's 6'6". I mean, my mom and dad are both under 6 foot, so we're not really sure where it came from.
Yeah, no, that's like me with my family. I'm by far the tallest on
Yeah.
either side at this point. So yeah, sometimes that just happens. Milk, something in the water.
I don't know.
Wheaties.
Yeah, it could have been the Wheaties. I don't know. But enough about my family history. I guess.
It's probably a good time to take a break. Coming up, we're going to do our segment of testing Brooks' tasting ability, where I'm going to get him 3 different samples of kind of generic types of beers. He's done really good at actually being able to name that. And then I'm going to make him break it down further and tell me out of 3 selections which specific beer that is. And again, he's actually done pretty good about that.
I had a pretty good week last week. I don't know if I can pull that off again or not, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I think I've got a few hard ones for you, so I don't know. For me personally, I want to see you fail, stump you. Your loss is my win. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for what you guys are hearing in seconds. For us, many minutes. Keep listening to Who's Drinking What.
Shadows fall to my window. Night is coming on.
Okay, it's time to test Brooks. They still need to come up with a name for that.
Yeah, we need some sort of catchy name.
Brooks's taste test. I don't know. That's still
I think
won't
that's
stick.
the one.
It's better, but we'll give it some time.
Come up with something clever.
But again, guys, this is when Brooks is going to try 3, and we're going to go lightest to darkest. I learned that the first episode because I blasted him out with an Imperial IPA early and made him try to guess a wheat after.
Yeah.
So we're going to start you off with that one there, Brooks. And
I don't have a good feeling about this today. I feel like you're going to get me good.
we'll see. I hope. This one, I think, is this one should be pretty easy for you.
Great. Set me up for failure here. Doesn't really have much of a smell to it.
Okay.
Can we guess now or
Taking
take
a whiff. Take a taste. See how it goes. He's thinking about it really hard. Give him a nice do 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 do
there's
do
no-
do 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 do.
Not much of a taste either. I'm not sure.
Not a lot, and that's
It
the
almost
type
is just
of beer
like
it
a
is.
lager. I don't know.
Are you gonna go with just lager?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna guess.
Close. It's
Okay.
a pilsner.
It's a pill. Ow.
So yeah.
Now I'm disappointed I didn't guess that. I didn't even think about it.
So
All right.
Now with the pilsner, there were fewer options on this one. There's only 2 available, so you got a 50-50. And the first one I'm going to show you is the Lagunitas Pils.
Lagunitas Pills. Alrighty.
And then the other one is the Tap's own brewery, the Checkmate.
Aha.
And while he kind of goes over that, Lagunitas is a brewery that has 2 locations. There's one out in Petaluma, California. I might be saying that wrong. It's in Northern California.
Well, there you go.
And they also have a Chicago location. So anyone in the Midwest, if you're visiting Chicago, look for them. I don't know a lot about them yet, but every time I keep having something new from them, it's really good.
One in Cali, one in Chicago. Really?
Yeah. Well, and it sounded like there was a contingent of people from all over, but a large contingent from Chicago that met up in Northern California, had a passion for making beers, and they said they just willed it into being. And it was about 93, 94, they said, when they got their start.
Huh.
Do you have a guess yet?
All right.
I'll stop blathering.
I am going to go with the Tap's own Checkmate.
He blew it twice, man. That was the... oh, no. I blew it. That was the Checkmate. Scared the crap out of you there. I don't know how to run my own game.
Who's in charge of this thing?
Hey, I'm drinking, all right? All right, taking a sip of my own. I saw that Marzen hanging around.
Yeah.
And this week we remembered to bring you some pretzels. So he's got some palate cleansers. In the past couple of episodes, it was kind of hard.
Much needed.
He had some linger from the last one. So whenever you're ready, dive into the next one.
Alrighty, next up.
Now this next one, obviously Pilsner had a golden one. This is more of an amber look to it.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking a sniff.
Smells kind of spicy.
It's possible he may have been able to pick it up from the sniff, but he's going to have to go for the sip to be sure. Very contemplative again. Oh, got a little shocked face.
Yeah. Is it some sort of pumpkin something or other?
It's a pumpkin ale.
Okay.
Because it's still pumpkin season, this menu is littered with pumpkin ales.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was one that we did the first episode, but I thought we'd bring it around.
And I failed at that one, I do believe.
You did. Well, and partly that was my fault because it was more of a wheat beer with a little bit of pumpkin. This one
that's
is
right.
hardcore pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now your choices in that is the New Holland Ichabod, which is right down there for you to read.
Right.
Also could be the Smutty Nose Pumpkin.
The old smutty nose, huh?
Or the Tin Man Imperial Herald.
Okay. Let's see here.
Tin Man is a brewery out of Evansville.
Yeah.
And I've actually personally not had much from them, but I've heard really good things from my friends, and I really want to get more into them. Smutty Nose is out of Maine, and I think they got quite a few pumpkin patches up there. And New Holland is out of Holland, Michigan, and that brewery started in 1996, so...
All right. I've read the descriptions here. Let me give her one more taste.
Go for it, yeah. Do you think you can knock any of them off? Because I know there is one with a description that's a little different than the others. I don't know if you may have picked up on it in your brief look over. Just thinking.
Oh, man.
It's tough.
I think I'm going to knock out the smutty nose.
Okay, that is correct. You can knock that one out. It's not Smutty Nose.
The other two, let's see here. I think my guess is going to be the New Holland Ichabod.
You got it, dude.
Well, it said the word cinnamon in the description, and I definitely
picked up a lot of notes
tasted
of
a lot
cinnamon?
of cinnamon. Yeah,
Very good.
That's what made my choice.
All right, man. You're 2 for 2 on picking the exact one. You're 1 of 2 right now on the type.
Right.
Now this next one has got a very deep, dark brownish color.
Nice and dark.
So I'm gonna let you really make sure that you think you got the last one out, as he takes his whiffus.
One more pretzel here.
Fair enough. Do it. And now he's going in. And Brooks is doing this the smart way. He's taking the sniff test, because sometimes you can really pick up scents of what's in there.
Mm-hmm.
That'll give you hints as to what type it is.
However, this one is not.
Not
So,
giving it
let's see
away?
what we get
Okay.
here.
This one I think is going to be a tough one for you. So far he's had to guess a Pilsner, which was the Tap's own
Ooh.
checkmate.
This one has a little kick to it, too. A little spice at the end, maybe.
Yeah? All right. That might help you in the description. I don't know if
I don't know if it's...
What's...
I don't think it's a stout. I think it's a porter. It tastes a little more porter-ish.
Wow, that's impressive. I intentionally did that because last week we had a stout and
I
you guessed
screwed it up.
porter.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get him with a P. You're right, it's a porter.
Okay.
And I hit you with the 3 P's. Pilsner, pumpkin, and porter, man.
Ha. I should have figured it out earlier.
Yeah, because I'm immature and I like to say PPP. So your options here is the Tap's own London Funk.
Okay.
Which there's a description for that.
London Funk.
The Fountain Square Backyard, which is right here, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final choice is 3 Floyds Alpha Claws. So you've already tucked in the 1 3 Floyds. Maybe it's another one. And Fountain Square actually is a unique brewery. That's up in Indy, in the Fountain Square district. They started in 2010. And it was kind of funny when I was reading their description online. They said that we are people with a background in microbiology, chemistry, and automation. And they chose the Fountain Square area for the creativity and the art culture of it because they didn't have that. In fact, their own self-admitted quote is that their talents exist on a side of the brain that has little capability to draw. I thought it was a very interesting way to put it.
All right. I'm gonna eliminate the Tapstone London Funk.
Okay.
It says coffee and soft toffee notes, and I don't think I got any coffee, so that one's out the window.
That is a correct strikeout. So you're down to Fountain Square's Backyard and 3 Floyds Alpha Claws. He's thinking hard. They're on different pages too, so I have to give them a little bit of a break to flip.
Yeah. I'm going to guess the Alpha Claws.
God damn it. I did not trip you up.
Nice.
Oh, man. 3 for 3 on naming it, and you even guessed it was a porter. So the only thing you got wrong, you were 5 of 6 in the whole game. You just missed the Pilsner and guessed the lager, which is not too far
It's a bit
off.
of a spicy porter, though. I got lucky with that one.
It's
I think.
different. It's a Christmas-inspired, obviously with the claws part of it.
The founders, or not the founders, the Fountain Square Backyard Porter, it said it was a nitro, and I didn't think it was a nitro, so I eliminated that one too. So
yeah,
I was kind of left with the Alpha Claws, but I like it though. It's really good, pretty strong.
It sounded really good, and I actually might get that for my next beer, which...
I thought about getting it for my first beer. That might have thrown off the game.
You know what? And I was like... And I actually thought that. But I was like, you know what? I'll take it into consideration, see if he can even figure out if he's tasting his own one.
That could have screwed me up even more. I don't know.
Totally. All right. Well, like I said, it's about time for us to get our second beer. We're going to take a quick break again. I want to thank you guys for listening. And again, we're taking this podcast is being recorded in the beautiful Tap Beer Bar here in Bloomington. It's downtown, and it is a gorgeous bar with like 40 craft beers on tap. You won't find anything domestic. So we want to thank them again for letting us use this place. It's great.
If you have not been, come give them your business. You won't regret it.
All right. We'll be right back. We're going to get our second beer, and we'll do this day in beer history. Thank you, guys.
I like girls in cut-off blue jeans. Is that really oh so bad? Sometimes I think I missed my call. Should have been Sir Galahad. Memories, they come to me. I find I see places I'd like to be. My mind, it runs in circles for what seems forever. Stopping never, round and round.
We have our second beers, and I think we were both inspired by your taste test on the last one of the porters, because I went with the Alpha Claws, which... I don't know. Did we read the description? I'll read it real quick for you guys.
Yeah, might as well.
It is a big American Christmas porter brewed with English chocolate malt, Mexican sugar, very international, and, of course, tons of strange American hops.
Strange?
That said strange.
All right.
And, Brooks, you went with the...
I went with the Fountain Square Backyard. It's a porter that is on nitro, which I am a fan of.
It had a beautiful diffuse.
The description is flavors of soft notes of chocolate and roasted coffee. Hop bitterness is nicely balanced with the malt and hop aroma very low. Typical of the English style.
Hey,
so I'm excited.
They know their porters. So, without further ado,
here we go.
Let's tuck in.
Cheers.
Cheerio. Oh, I know what you were talking about when you said kind of spicy at the end.
Yeah, definitely. Woo! Mine's smooth as can be.
Really? That's nice.
You're going to have to try this.
All right,
Which,
I might.
a lot of nitros are pretty smooth, but this is... Woo!
It's great. Kind of like a milkshake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So, yeah, I think I'm getting those strange American hops. But yeah, it's maybe not like a normal porter. It's Because sometimes porters can just be really, like, suck your face in bitter.
Mm-hmm.
And this doesn't have that at all. And I'm not sure about the brewing process, how much it really makes a difference, but maybe it's the Mexican sugars. I'm going to give them all the credit.
It very well could be. Thank you, Mexico.
It does balance it very nicely. Probably shouldn't talk into my cup. I should talk into the mic, but
whatever
I can't
works.
stop drinking this. I'm going to put it in my mouth. I'm glad I didn't say that when you were taking a drink. I might have spit it out.
I might have.
All right. So I want to hit our article from this day in beer history. This is going back November 21st, 1882 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
The headline reads, Pabst Brewery wins blue ribbon at State Fair.
Aha.
The Wisconsin State Fair is winding down and the awards are rolling out. In a tight contest of best beer in the state, the Pabst Brewing Company has edged out Miller and its High Life brand. The Pabst Lager wins its first blue ribbon. When asked for comment, Prussian-born brewer Frederick Pabst said, "We are very excited. We knew our beer was sehr good, and now the state of Wisconsin has agreed. We are very lucky to have won because we weren't sure their judges were going to be from our two main demographics. People with broken carriages in their front yard, or annoying youth who overly obsessed with being hip."
That's how it happened, huh?
That's how Pabst became
Word for word.
blue ribbon. This is history. You can't make it up.
You can't.
And that has been this day in beer history. Stick with us every week. We're going to have a new fact pulled from the annals of beer history.
Yeah. Simply put.
All right. Any last thoughts, Brooks?
Oh, man. I don't think so. Nothing
right.
really. What do you got?
Well, all I can say is that I love beer.
Yeah.
And what's best about this craft brewery movement explosion, whatever you want to call it, is there's just so many choices out there. And I love trying them all. I hope you guys out there, I hope our passion for these different types are really coming through. And I hope you get excited if we're doing something that you've already drank. I hope it just gives you the fond memory of when you had them. Or maybe gets you excited next time you see it on the menu. I would fully suggest ordering. I don't think we've had a bad one yet.
No, I don't think so.
Well, guys, I want to thank you very much for listening to Who's Drinking What. We'll see you next week. Drink on.
Sitting on my bed in my red pajamas, watching Michigan State take on Indiana, and honey, thought you'd like to know. I don't mean to be apologizing, and I hate wasting time philosophizing, 'cause baby, I'm a little bit slow. I know a lot of people catch on to things quicker, and maybe I spend too much time with my liquor, and I stand still while the others go. And I never get jokes until hours later, and then I crack up in a crowded elevator, 'cause baby,